What's up, fam? So Paul Birdsong, the so-called leader of the Black Panther Party, has now denounced the name and is calling his group by another name, saying that he has been instructed not to use that name of Black Panther anymore. Anyway, let's watch his video so we can get into it. I'm gonna give my take, and I want y'all to give y'all take in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
All power to the people. As everyone knows, I'm Paul Birdsong. I got a message from Aaron Dixon today saying that he no longer supports us. That after he gave me orders to make a video saying that him and other members were coming, that he withdrew his support. And he said that this situation is unimportant to him, even though my comrades have risked their lives and spent thousands of hours of their time and dollars in life standing behind a cause. He said he's going to make a statement saying no one has the right to call himself a Black Panther going forward. I told him to make sure that he put in that statement that he did, in fact, give us the right to call ourselves that, because I still have the messages where he did, just in case he doesn't. And I put in there also, make sure that you put in there that Emory Douglas did give us the right to wear that emblem, because I still have the messages where that happened too. But as it stands, because of that, because of me and my comrades risking our lives and all the heat that we went under, because of the counter-revolutionary practices, because we don't believe in Black nationalism, like Bobby Seale said in the video that I shared on my page earlier, that Black nationalism is acquiesce to racism, and that we don't stand like that we're internationalists and intercommunalists, just like Huey Newton said. We will no longer identify with this flag. We will no longer identify ourselves as the Black Panther Party for self-defense. We're going to take OG from the town's advice. We're going to take the name that he decided to put out there. We're going to call ourselves the Black Lion Party for International Solidarity. Reason for the international solidarity is because we will stand with the immigrants. We will stand with the people being terrorized for ICE. We will stand with any oppressed people across the world. We will keep feeding every single day, keep offering food every single day. We will keep patrolling the community with guns. We will keep stopping drug dealers, keep stopping sex traffickers. We will keep stopping police brutality. This little plaque that I got, it says Paul Birdsong, and as a Panther, it says since 2020. I don't regret the work that I've done because it's brought me to this point. But going forward, these Panther patches will no longer be on my uniforms. Me and my comrades stand independent. We're willing to work with any organization that stands for the rights of every living person, any organization that stands against imperialism, attacking immigrants. Now, if you're out here raping people and killing people and selling drugs and different stuff like that, yeah, deport them. But those people out there that are just working hard, trying to provide for their families, trying to escape the guerrilla warfare and the cartel warfare that's happening in their countries, to come for that promise of the American dream that the United States of America Incorporated lies about, we feel that they shouldn't be bothered, and we're willing to stand beside them to ensure that they're not. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Oh, January 31st, you can still come out. We're willing to sit down and talk about solidarity, sit down to talk about unification, sit down to talk about continuing to work, because ain't nothing stopping this way. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Okay. I'm kind of torn on this whole situation. I've been watching it for the last few weeks, and I've seen people dog him, talk bad, this and denounce him, call him an agent. Don't know where he came from. And it's all because his introduction to the world was that he was fighting against ICE and using the Black Panther name in the process. So I'm sure that kind of bent people the wrong way. But here's the thing. He was talking about that he was made a member of the Black Panther Party by a certain individual. So he got messages and things where he could use the name, use the emblem. I would have put I would put the messages out there. But then again, maybe not. You just say that and see how old boy was going to reply instead of putting the messages out there. So I can get that. That could be a chess move. But when he says all power to the people, that's what kind of got me kind of wondering, stepping back a little bit, because I remember seeing videos of Fred Hampton saying not just power to the people, but all power to all people. The group was initially created for the black community to help the black community, especially fight against race, any kind of racism with the police, the government, bring in food. What's it like feeding kids before school, after school, try to have learning programs, all this kind of stuff they did for the black community. But as time went on, like I said, I remember seeing Fred Hampton, like I said, Bobby Seals in these videos saying that they're fighting for all people to get all equal rights. You had some white people who wanted to join or to help finance the Black Panther Party. And this was we're talking about 70, 50 years ago, 50, 60 years ago when this was said. So in order for people to grow, you do have to make changes. You do have to adjust. And I believe that's what the young brothers were doing back then. This brother's problem, I think, was that fighting ICE was his first introduction to the world and not what he was doing in the community. If he say he'd been a member since 2020, if he would have came out and made a splash when George Floyd was killed, uh, anybody else, any other brothers and sisters that were taken out by the police, if he was out then and made a big splash and made his name known then, even if it was before his time, some of those incidences, but those that came, things that came out in the last 5 years, if he would have jumped out there on the screen then maybe this here wouldn't have hit so hard. Then you're talking about fighting ICE. Then you're talking about fighting the federal government for illegals. Look here, man. One thing that the Black Panther Party was about law. You can't pick and choose when you want to follow the law. Their whole thing back then, they used to keep Constitution in their back pockets when they was walking around defending the neighborhood. Okay, so right now it's illegal for a lot of these people to be in this country. Now, he's saying like it doesn't matter. He said as long as they're not committing crimes, then they should be able to stay. Can't really do that. I mean, it sounds morally good, but a law is a law. This is why I'm like, man, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I don't even trip on laws because they change every day. So if you got people here that ain't supposed to be here and that's the law, well, they got to go. But in the meantime, you got to do things to try to change that law, not to fight the system that's backed by certain laws. Because you can mess around, go to jail, get deleted, get deported, or whatever the case may be by doing what you're doing instead of fighting it from the inside. That's one thing that I think the Black Panther Party missed, but a lot of the guys, the leaders, were taken out at young ages, put in prison at young ages, because as they got older, they would have realized, like Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. realized in his last days, it was like, forget all this marching, forget I have a dream, forget walking my people into a burning building. We need to hit them financially. We want our reparations. We want the same money you giving these foreign white farmers coming in. You giving them land, giving them money, giving them grants, and we can't get it. And we've been here since day one when y'all forced us into slave labor. We looking for our check. 2, we want equal representation in these jobs. If you ain't trying to hire us, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? You still want to discriminate against us? We ain't spending money with y'all. We taking money away. The Montgomery bus boycott, things like that. stop riding the bus for a year and a half to where they had to change laws. That's what you do. Going out here threatening federal agents that you got guns. Now you sounding like Bobby Seals and Huey Newton back in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Talking about stuff that don't make no sense now. Don't make no sense now. It's the wrong government that you're trying to do this against. What you should do, if you want to be in solidarity and do right by the people, again, like you say, go to the communities, run the drug dealers out, or go in the community, try to fight for after school programs, get funding or what have you, for to go so you can go to a recreation center or buy a building or something to where the kids can come to you after school and stay out of trouble. You can learn, play sports, so learn math and reading and stuff like that. That's what you need to be doing. Like seriously. Um, like I say, running drug dealers, like I say, trying to put people in jail, raising money for lawyers, things of that nature. What I'm saying you should be doing in the community. But again, having somebody learn the law, try to get into Congress, try to become a mayor, try to get into politics so you can learn it from the inside so you can see if you can change it. Go down, tell people to go down to these like these Senate hearings and stuff, legislative hearings, and see what's going on. Local school board meetings, city council meetings, things of that nature. That's how you change it. Raise money for this. If you got a candidate, somebody you want to run for a certain office, raise money for that person. Take money, say, hey, let's stop buying Tide detergent or Gain detergent, and let's buy true fabric softener, true detergent. Stuff like that, to where you are putting your money in the community. Not shopping at the corner store that's ran by the foreigner because none of the money is staying in the community. Those are the things that you should be focusing on. Not trying to stop ICE from unfortunately doing their job. Because I see some of the people now I get it. Because some people say, you got some people who are out here who are very naive and gullible enough to believe, well, ICE get them, they ain't getting me. They can't get me because I'm a U.S. citizen. Yeah, that sounds good on paper. But I said it before because I had a couple of patients one time at the clinic that was talking. I said this story before, but they were saying how there's no way slavery can come back. Even if they try to put us in slaves, man, we're going to fight. We're going to shoot this and the third. And I said, man, never say never. I said, because it can happen. Don't ever think it can't happen. I said, let me tell you how it's going to happen. Like right now, you got Trump trying to take slavery out of school books, out of school, right? Turn it into like free labor or something, trying to whitewash the name in the period of time. Trying to make it sound a little more Gone with the Windish and not I'm a style 12 years of slavish roots type. They don't want you to see that. Kids nowadays don't read. So for them, they already taking these books and stuff out of school. They're closing libraries down in the hood. Kids ain't reading. All they doing is watching TV, making rap videos, or playing on their devices. They're not looking at history. We're not teaching our kids history. And we're not making them read, teaching them to read, not telling them anything. You, first of all, like I said, you take it, wipe it from the memory. So by the time the next two generations come, they gonna think slavery was long time ago. Hell, Jim Crow was around, 10, 20 years before I was, about 10, 20 years before I was born. That ain't that long ago. Sharecropping, not even 100 years old. You see what I'm saying? It just seems like it's been a long time when you're talking to like teenagers in the early 20s. When people get in their 40s and 50s, like, man, that ain't been that long ago. Yeah, my grandparents were like sharecroppers. What in the hell? But You take, first of all, I said you take it out of school. You know it's not in the home. Now you got people who need work. And you say, hey, I got jobs for you. You don't pay a lot. Oh, everything's going AI, Chat GPT, Gemini, stuff like that. Everything's going, you know what I'm saying, like computer oriented. Your kids ain't learning this stuff, so now they behind. So a lot of jobs have been taken away. But we do got some jobs. You know what I'm saying? We ran them illegals off. But we got plenty of jobs picking garlic cloves, garlic bulbs. We got plenty of jobs picking strawberries. You know what I'm saying? We got plenty of jobs like manual labor jobs that are outside. We got houses. We got houses needs to be built. We got fields need to be plowed. This and the third. And now it's like, we know they don't pay a lot, but we got these jobs and you need to work, or we're gonna put you in prison if you ain't working. Then after a while, you give it 2, 3, 4 generations, your black tail will be back on that in that field because you chose not to stay ahead of or with the curve. Like the dude said, I was watching. Uh, he was saying that back in the day, slavery times, if you try to read, you get whooped and deleted by them white folk. Nowadays, you try to read, you get whooped and deleted by your own people. But they think it's something cool to not to be dumb, and it ain't. But yeah, it can, like I say, slavery can happen in another 100 years. By the time we'll be gone, books, everything will be electronic, and they can control everything you see, and you'll be thinking slavery is something cool. So then by the time they get ready to put it on you and have you doing them jobs, you're gonna think it's the coolest thing in the world, and next thing you know, you out there getting whipped and you are chattel again. Don't think it can't happen. This is why you got to stay on your education. You got to stay on the laws. You got to stay with modern technology, future technology, like AI and whatever else is coming. Can't just look at it and be like, oh man, that's cool. I'm gonna go buy one. No, what you need to be doing is, man, that's cool. Is that what we getting to? I need to go learn about this and see how I can make bread off of it. But what do I know? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Paul Birdsong. I don't know if you're an agent. I mean, people tripping off because you're light skinned and look like you're Puerto Rican, but hell, I remember growing up, cats I used to see slanging bean pies and being pro black were always light skinned dudes in a way. I mean, hell, look at Farrakhan. You know what I'm saying? Look at Elijah Muhammad and those guys. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But regardless, Paul Birdsong, if you legit and this is your mission to help people, more power to you. I can't be mad at you. I don't know your past. I don't know your future. All we can do is just sit there and watch and see what comes of it. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out of your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. And with that being said, I leave you in peace and love, and I'll see you on the other side.